Well, good morning. I'm Marshall here at Garage Time TV, and today we're going to be attacking this mess because it is absolutely atrocious, and I can't even walk in there. So we're definitely not going to be working on anything, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to get you guys 2 videos this week. So this video is going to be recorded after the video that's coming out Friday, because this Friday we're working on the X. But we just got to clean this thing up. There's a lot of stuff everywhere. We got to charge batteries. We've got the built-ins over on this side, and I just want some space back because there's a lot of stuff that's over there that we just don't use. So I want to kind of pack that up, throw it up in the attic space up above, and kind of get rid of that out of the way. That way we have somewhere to actually work comfortably. We need to get the bench done, cleared off, a lot of tools put away. There's just stuff all over the floor, sweep it out. It'd be really nice if we could actually power wash the floor of the garage as well and get that nice and clean, because there's stains on it. And I'm tired of rolling around in that crap. So lots to do. Ideally, I would like to reorganize the garage as well, as far as like moving some cabinets around. You know, we've got that parts washer in the back. Maybe it's better up in the front. I don't know. Gonna do some rearranging. Maybe we need to switch the bench where the tool chest is, or I don't know. We've got some stuff hanging on the wall that I don't really use very often, so maybe we can put it in a drawer and free up some wall space for some more common tools, stuff like that. Now, this is not going to be a car working on it video. This is more of a just kind of see how things go during the week when you guys aren't watching a video. This is some stuff that I do off camera, so I figured I'd show you guys some of that stuff as well. And I guess this is not so fun of a thing to do, but you know, it's part of the garage life. You guys understand. Anyway, brought out the extra energy today. Probably gonna grab some coffee as well, because this is just gonna be fun. But first things first is we've got to move the cars out of the way. So we're gonna fire up the bus. It's been sitting here for probably about a week and a half-ish. We're gonna fire that up and back it out. Gotta move my wife's car, and then we're gonna have to start sliding stuff out of the way. That way we can push out the X as well. I mean, you guys saw from last video the X is not running super great, so I don't really want to keep doing that until we get it more dialed in. So we're just gonna push it out and get some room there. Then we can start picking up tools and putting away PV blaster and sockets and wrenches and all sorts of stuff. So just lots of cleaning. There's gonna be some time lapse, but I'm sure I'll bring you back and show you some stuff, or maybe what I'm thinking about as far as reorganization and stuff like that. Just let me know, you know, what you guys think about this kind of content. And maybe it's not something you guys really enjoy. Maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe you guys want to see more behind the scenes stuff. So anyway, let's get to cleaning, get to drinking this puppy to help us out before it gets really hot, because right now it's about 80 degrees and I know it's going to get up to about 95. So it's going to be fantastic. Here we go. So we've got the cars out. The X did not want to cooperate, but those nice big wide tires on it are not, you know, helpful. But, you know, I think if you've paid attention, those are not the stock wheels, because the stock wheels are right here. So you may have just gotten a sneak peek of the wheels that we chose on accident. So if you did not catch that, do not cheat and go back and watch it. No cheating. Anyway, but you can see bench is covered. We've got just stuff absolutely everywhere. We even have a full panel left over from the bus. We did the roof in the bus. We've got my wife's poor motorcycles turned into a holding station. This table is full of stuff. We've even got boxes of stuff and more stuff, and a bus steering column and clamps and speakers and bleeding kits, and this needs to go somewhere and that needs to go back, and this is just, you know, a 124 back seat. Why is this down? Like, this is just in my way. Rubber lines, welder, all these wheels, gas cans, bumpers, engine crane, the engine we took out of the X, the engine cover, all the insulation for the bus. And then all this stuff, that's just up here. Oh, we got a little space. Anywho, this is not conducive to productive work and just driving me up the wall. So here's a couple things I'm thinking. Is we kind of make this have a more of a permanent home. So maybe we slide the deep freeze over. You know, that's my wife's one area that she gets in this garage. Maybe we stick the welder there so I'm not constantly pushing it around. Get all the stuff off the cart so it's just purely welding stuff. Then we've got some sawhorses. I kind of like where this is. I like the way the parts washer is, because it's just kind of out of the way. But this cabinet, I don't really use a whole lot of it. I just kind of throw stuff in there, so maybe we can find more stuff to put in there. I think there's a couple drawers in here I don't use. I know there's a couple drawers in here I don't use. So a lot of this stuff I'd like to get out of the way. I know our electrical drawer is a short drawer, and you can see it's pretty stuffed. So I'd like to kind of move that down to a bigger drawer. Definitely get this to a more permanent home. Maybe take it inside the house for now, because it just doesn't really do a whole lot for us right now. Just get a lot of stuff picked up out of the way and get stuff up so we can actually move. I've got these cabinets over here, and these were actually given to me by a previous home that I lived in, and it's full of stuff, just nuts and bolts and rivets and tools and bits and all sorts of good stuff. So I kept them, but we definitely don't use this very well efficiently. Same thing over here. This corner's just kind of a dud. We just got the wheels from the 124, those turbo wheels. We've got, I think, an extra transmission under here, a 124 transmission. Like wood cutting stuff, like this could probably go up, and some of this could go up even more. Like that needs to go in the bus. All this wiring from the Subaru conversion needs to go somewhere. You know, those extra tires need to go somewhere. You know, we just got stuff just thrown up there. So we're just gonna do a lot of cleanup here. I mean, we've even got a flywheel for that Subaru engine sitting over here by the bench. Like, that doesn't need to be there. And those explosive contaminants probably don't need to be right where our bench grinder and our bench vise are. It's not doing us any good either. Even over here where our compressor is, and you know, I don't really use the standard wrenches very often, so those can probably go into a drawer, and then we can use that wall space for something more worthy. Maybe put some hooks up for the impacts. I don't know. Even up here, like a bunch of paper towels. Do we really need to have that here, or can it go up? So that's just a lot of stuff that we're going to be working on. You know, nuts and bolts. Maybe those can come down into an empty spot, like down there in that cabinet, or in a drawer here, or have a shelf somewhere that's lower for all those. I don't know. But this is what we're working with. You know, this is just your average 2.5, technically, car garage. And we've got even pegboard all the way over here that we're just not really taking advantage of, as well as we probably should. So we're going to be doing a lot of reorganizing. Like that little skateboard can probably go up. That 4th of July sign can probably go in the backyard somewhere. Extension cords, lights. We just got a lot. Like these waters and, you know, all this stuff. So there's just a lot that we're not really taking advantage of, that I think we can do better on. So that's what a lot of what we're going to be working on. Again, I'm going to put you on the thing and do a lot of time lapsing, kind of show you guys what's going on. Just something a little bit different. So let's get to clean it up. Probably just put stuff away where it goes normally now, and then reevaluate once everything is put up where we actually have some space, and then we can start doing some rearranging and put some of these like cased stuff up and stuff like that, and hang our banners probably a little bit better. Just a little bit cooler today, so we want to make sure we take advantage of that. We got a nice big fan that can blow in that cool air. So anyway, enough talking. Let's just start cleaning because it's driving me nuts. Alright, so we've gotten most of the bench clear, and it is still just a mess. We've got manuals and little hard cases that we're missing some pieces on, which I'm sure are on the other table. But this is a pretty good start. Got a lot of miscellaneous hardware left over because, you know, we don't need it anyway. It makes the car that much lighter. Performance, duh. So anyway, got a lot of little bits and pieces here. We're just getting it all finalized up here. But we're going to start moving on to that other table because I think that's where a lot of our missing pieces are. We've got random drill bits and sockets and plugs for radiators. And this is just a big hodgepodge of stuff that came with the bus. So we're just going to keep that all metric because as far as I know it's all metric, which is kind of nice to be able to just go dig through it and find something. So we're making progress, but this is basically what we're going to be doing, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're way farther ahead than this, and when we start actually getting into the interesting stuff of moving stuff around and seeing if we can make it a little bit smoother flow and get all this stuff that we don't really use out of the way.
Many hours later.
So we're making some pretty good headway. Let me show you what we've done here so far. Is we've been able to tuck the locked up X19 engine underneath. We put that transmission on top of that box with all the pedal box assembly for when we did that automatic swap from the manual to automatic for that 124. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check that out. Push this up in the corner, this up out of the way, all the jacks here. We cleared out all the stuff that was for the bus, minus a couple things that we still have left to do, so I left all those parts out, but everything's been tossed up here, and I'm pretty much tapped out on space up there. I've got the 124 part sitting right here. Got some canopy and like a emergency window unit kind of thing sitting over here, so we're just kind of tapped out as far as space up here. Just a couple things left on the bench, some stuff that I found. You know, when you're cleaning the garage, you always find some cool stuff. Some old Washington license plates, some Oregon plates, even an old Idaho plate from like 1960. It's pretty rusty. This one is 55, 55, 83, and 49. So those are pretty cool. Found those and some stuff that my dad had given me. So it's cool to find those. We've still got to put on some of our kick panel for our bus. Got those there. Kind of clean up our welding cart. Tucked it up out of the way. There's just not really a whole lot of room here, and then I don't want to deal with this ledge of lifting it up and down if we have to move it around. Some other stuff is we found some stuff that actually goes to a bug, not a bus, so we'll end up putting those on the Samba and seeing if we can get those sold on there. Again, just cleaning up some stuff here, nice and clean, organized. Didn't really do a whole lot here, but removed some stuff off of this. All this is trash. Here, stuff that's broken, just no good, rusted out, doesn't do any good for us. Old buckets that are just completely beat up. We still got to deal with our portable tent. We have a bird feeder, might as well just go hang that thing up and get it out of the way. This needs to go into our back shed. We still have the engine cover for the X. These need to go into that shed in the back, clean out that drain pan. This will go into my daily. This is into the house, So we're just making some progress. Started sweeping up a little bit too. Just looking a whole lot better. When the space is clean, it makes working on it much easier. I haven't done a whole lot of reorganizing. I just kind of used to the flow of where everything is. So I don't know if we're going to really move anything around. Just because we're kind of deadlocked with that freezer. We can't really do a whole lot in all this racking shelving that's built in. We can't move it. And then the wife's motorcycle sits here, so really kind of tied up here as well with mostly just all that flat stuff. We can probably take advantage of this upper space a little bit better. That'll probably be something to do. Just our scrap metal bucket. So we're trying to do the best of what we got, but you know, we're limited on space, and those two things take up all the room. Well, three technically. I really need to take that back to Home Depot. Don't need that anymore. Just more stuff that needs to get thrown away. So we're making progress. Just a lot of cleaning. So we're just going to keep on trucking here. And I think the next thing to do is, I don't know, probably take better advantage of that wall. Maybe we can find a better place for that ladder. And then put up some of our banners over there. We've already got that West Coast metric one. We've got our VIX one over here. I have an advanced auto parts flag as well. I'd like to hang that up. Maybe that'll go over there. Just to keep it up out of the way and actually hang it up. But again, it just covers all those pegs. I don't know. What would you do with that space? You tell me. What would you do there? You know, you got a motorcycle, so it's pretty tight, but let me know. What would you do there? maybe I'll take you up on what you would do. Anyway, we're gonna keep trucking here. We're starting to clean up pretty good. Get a good sweep as we move stuff out of the way, and really starting to look better. I can feel the stress leaving my body.
One hour later.
Well, we've got the garage basically cleaned up. We changed around some of the banners. We put the advanced one up. We moved the Vic Auto one off the wall. Put the West Coast Metric one above the cabinet. Brought the wife's motorcycle back in. Got that all covered up. The pop-up tent thing is also put away. We were able to clear up a lot of space on our shelf. So we're able to get a lot of the bus stuff that we don't need anymore up in the space up above. Like I said, I'm pretty tapped out over there, so I don't really want to put much else. But we've got a lot of our jacks and our lifts and the other engine, all that stuff tucked away underneath the shelving. And we still got a good usable welding cart to use here. And the benches are mostly clear. There's some stuff that I found. I'm like, oh, I forgot to install that. So I'll be doing that as well. You know, the kick panel in the bus, I got to install that. The wiper fluid bottle, I've got to install that in the bus. We're not going to end up using that. Just put it in there for show kind of thing. So that's going to be put in. Otherwise, everything is basically put up where I want it. Took a lot of stuff and moved it into drawers, and that really freed up some space, especially those big clunky cases of things. It's really nice to put it in a drawer and get it up out of the way so you're not tripping on it all the time. But we did sweep it out. I decided not to power wash it. I did power wash it not too long ago. But of course, oil stains and stuff, they just never fully get up off the floor. So it's all right for now. It's good enough to roll around on. We got all that dirt and dust swept up. We found a bunch of old license plates that was actually in a box that was sitting on the top shelf of our shelving. And there was a box that my dad gave me that actually had those VW hubcaps in them, and they were in the bottom. So there was a bunch of 1955, 1949, 83, 95, you know, a bunch of older, or older than most license plates. So we hung those up as well. Make a little bit of decor, if you will. Last thing I've got to do is run to the parts store, go do a bunch of recycled oil. I've got a 16 quart that's full, I've got a 12 quart that's full, and I've got two 5 quart jugs that are full of used oil, and I need to take them all because they're just starting to multiply. So I'll run those to the parts store, get those dumped off. But other than that, I think it's time to start pushing these cars in. I'll probably leave the bus out because I think I want to go for a drive, which would be nice. It's actually still relatively cool out. I think it's about 85, 84-ish. So roll down the windows, and it'll be a nice little drive in the bus as a reward for all this work. I do need to take that big sheet of beadboard back to the store as well, but I don't know if that's a today thing. But anyway, let's bring the X in and get it scoot all the way up so we have some room to work on the Ninja Bay, because we have a lot more to still go on that. If you guys have not been following along the X series, please make sure you do that. If you've not seen the bus series, when we did a Subaru conversion on the bus, make sure you guys are following that as well. There's a playlist on the channel. Go check it out from the day we got it up until we got it driving and everything. And super good, super good. I've taken it out a few times. Really, really good still. Really happy with it. So anyway, let's get the X in and move some other stuff, last minute stuff out of the way. And we can finally walk in this place. Finally. Alright guys, well that's going to be the end of this episode. We got the X in here, and I'm sure you can see in the video our camera is all messed up. Well, that's a sneak peek into Friday's video, so make sure you guys are subscribed to see that. This is just some little oddball content. I figure you guys might like to see some behind the scenes stuff. It's not something I really post all the time. If it's something you're more interested in, please let me know. Put it down in the comments. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out our merchandise site. I have a link down in the description down below. We're gonna get shirts like ours. We've got pictures of the X on there. We've got our 124 with 850 that we did at the very beginning of the channel. Those are all on shirts as well. We've got the Garage Time TV logo in color, like this one, or we have in black and white. Lots of good available options on there for you. So make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out, really helps out the channel. So please make sure you do that and hit that notification bell so you know every time new content comes out, you won't miss it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you.